everybody, it's me, Stephanie, and I'm going to be doing my weekly weigh-in update. I'm folding some laundry, I have a few things to share, and I have some really important questions that I want to ask you to answer for me. Let's talk about the weigh-in very first. This week was the week that I did make it to Weight Watchers. Last week I did not make it to Weight Watchers. I was up 0.2 on my own scale, but I don't officially count that. The week before that, I was up 0.6. So this week at Weight Watchers, I was up 0.2. So my total is the exact same that I reported that it was last week, which was a loss of 13.2 pounds. The lowest that I've gotten to so far is 14 pounds. So I have gained or stayed the same, however you want to look at it, 3 weeks in a row. 2 of those gains I did not expect. But right after all of a sudden I started to see the scale just get really, really stubborn. I got some lab work back and found out that my thyroid was super, super off. And so I have been on the correct dose of medication and I can feel that it's helping me already. But I totally expected to have a loss, at least on one of those 2 weeks that I gained. This week I expected to gain 5 pounds and I gained 0.2. I asked her to recheck the scale. Actually, I was like, that can't be right. That can't be right. And she was like, no, you only gained 0.2. And I'm like, okay, well, that is a miracle. And it just goes to show that for me, when I have thyroid issues, it does affect the scale. It's not that's the only thing that makes me gain weight. Obviously there's, food and all of that involved, but, I'm really hoping that now that my thyroid is getting stable again, that I can see the results on the scale based on the effort that I put in. I totally expected to have a gain. This week started out great. It started out with me making fantastic choices at restaurants. For example, I took my mom to Cheesecake Factory for Mother's Day and I ordered salmon and 2 vegetables. I did not have any bread. I had a couple bites of her cheesecake and I was like, get that away. It was delicious. It was wonderful. I was satisfied. For my husband's birthday, we got to go out overnight, and for his birthday he chose the Olive Garden. But actually I ordered something that was so good. It was I don't remember what it was called, but it was a chicken from their Mediterranean menu. So if you're going out to the Olive Garden, I highly recommend this. And I believe it only came in to be 6, maybe 7 points. My week started with making these fantastic choices, and then I nosedived, and I'll tell you exactly what happened. I struggle with trauma that I experienced as a child, and unfortunately, some of those wounds got ripped open just based on revisiting some of that and trying to process some of that. I had a really crappy week and I expected to gain a lot more. However, I was exercising like a beast, which is kind of the second thing I wanted to talk about. I started walking. I'm super inspired by Weight Watchers with Carrie and her husband. If you don't follow her channel, go and follow it. She's great. Sandy over at Let's Get Fit is great. They walk a ton, and I think they're both doing the 100-mile challenge for the month of May. And so they're trying to walk 100 miles in a month, which is awesome. And I was like, I love to walk. It's great weather. I started walking 3-4 days in and I could not walk. I got my hip so inflamed, which is just an injury that I'm in physical therapy for because my pelvis separated during pregnancy. Both times, pubic symphysis dysfunction is the technical term for it. And as that is still trying to heal, and all the ligaments that have been pulled, and my sacrum is locked in a twisted position. I mean, it's ugly. It's ugly from the waist down. I couldn't walk. I had to crawl. And my husband was like, this is not okay. And I'm like, I'll be fine. I know how to recover. I know how to reset my pelvis. There's certain things I can do with these metal dowels that I have. And luckily I did those exercises enough to where I got my pelvis to shift back into place, and I haven't had that pain since. I've had little bits of shooting pain, but I'm like, okay, I can't walk. I tried to do a Zumba class a few weeks ago, and the same thing, my hips were like, nope, not going to do it, not going to have it. And so about the only exercise I can do is in the water, and on the bike. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think I'm going to just save the other part of my video for a second video because this is already at 10 minutes and who in the heck has time for that? Nobody. So I've almost got my laundry folded. I have to go pick my son up from preschool in just a few minutes. I will post the question here, but know that I'm going to make a totally separate video about it, like as soon as I push stop on this one. But I want to know what you guys think about weight loss channels or other channels who start to kind of evolve with their content. There are so many videos that I enjoy doing and things that I'm interested in life, but I always think, I mean, this is not to hurt anybody's feelings or point fingers at anybody, but I usually find that if I'm following somebody on like a weight loss journey and their channel is about weight loss, I'm never watching their like cleaning videos or their shopping videos or you know, their vlogs or anything like that. Like, it's very rare that I watch any content other than like what they're cooking, what their grocery hauls are. You know, maybe if they've lost a ton of weight and they're doing like, this is my new wardrobe, you know, like that. Yeah, I totally get into that. Or like if they're exercising, it's like if I start following somebody who's on a weight loss journey, I want to see weight loss content. I don't know if you guys feel that way. And so when somebody starts posting other content, it's not that I care, I just don't watch that content, if that makes sense. And just wanted to know what your thoughts are. So I hope that you guys have a great week. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to finish my household duties. I'm going to have a great week, guys. I'm not giving up. This week taught me that I can recover. I can get back, even if I have a few weeks where maybe it's not perfect. Like, I really haven't gone that far off track. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, in the last 3 weigh-ins, I've gained a total of 0.8 pounds. That's like nothing compared to the damage that I was doing when I was kind of in my whole postpartum, losing a family member, cycle of depression sort of thing. And this is getting so long, but I do want to say this. The first time that I was doing Weight Watchers and doing YouTube with it, I got stuck for 6 months between the 12 and 15 pound range. And for 6 months, I lost and gained the same like 3 pounds. And then I finally pushed through and hit 15, and then I hit 20. And then to get from 20 to 25, I remember like those demons were coming out. You know, those demons, there were videos that I was watching where I'm like, I can tell I was just bawling my eyes out. And I know that I was like doing the work, you know, journaling and going to my addiction recovery programs and sharing all of the pain that I had let just like fester and consume me. And, you know, I didn't use any other coping mechanisms other than eating. And that is kind of my go-to. And to change that habit, it is scary. And it takes like stepping into the dark. And sometimes it takes messing up. And I feel like that's what happened this week. Is I felt like I wasn't 100% sure how to track some things. And then I got super emotional and I was just, you know, not making the best choices. It could have been a lot worse. And I think it was my activity that saved me and getting my thyroid back on track. But I'm like, okay, in the 3 weeks time, Stephanie, you've only gained 0.8. And after what you've been through, I think that's okay. You know, and I think that that's what Weight Watchers is trying to teach us, is that for some people, perfection is great. They're able to achieve it. They have, you know, everything is all planned out. They're very regimented. They, you know, I listen to some people that say, well, once I joined Weight Watchers, I didn't cheat for a year, or for 10 months, I was like die hard. And I'm like, that is amazing. And you know what? When I was a single girl in college, I was that girl, okay? Like, I joined Weight Watchers and almost got to Lifetime, and like I was on point. And now that I feel like I'm a wife and a mom, and there's so much to juggle, and like sometimes even getting breakfast, you know, if you have little kids, you know, I don't even really need to explain, but it's like, I feel like I'm doing the best I can. And I have so much baggage that I'm trying to process and deal with and not let that destroy me for the rest of my life. And if I've only gained 0.8 in the last 3 weeks, that is nothing. That is recoverable. That's not even a full freaking pound. I mean, I hope that I know that I will be able to get back on. I know that I have the tools. I know that I have the drive. I know that I have the determination. I know that I will get past this little slump that I've come to. And I think that these slumps are normal. I think if you watch enough people who have done weight loss channels long term or a weight loss journey long term, not everybody has like an even graph. We're going to have these little bumps. And as long as we're, in that downward trend, those little bumps in life, they happen. But you know what? I'm not going to let this bump be very long. I'm ready to hit it hard. I'm going to have a great week. I'm watching the clock. I probably better stop yakking. I think you guys get the point. I am kind of a rambler, and I will see you guys on my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.